Good evening, everybody. Matt Geary here for Geek Pride's Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign, The Legend of Our Sacrifice. With me, as always, we have Michael as Tharaval.
Hi, everyone.
We have Wes as Valshil Nostius. And I think he's
okay, my mic was still muted. Good evening, everyone.
We have Dave as Thomas Moonstar.
Evening all.
Mark as Lance. You're still muted, Mark. You're muted.
Where's his fault? I just want to say right now, it was all Dave's idea.
And Pete's as Draken.
Good evening, and I'm unmuted.
And you are muted. Right.
And on the right mic.
On the right mic. Right, let me just make sure everything is right. So, last week, we defeated 2 Krakens and
a mind flare, or whatever it was.
Yeah, and a mind flare. Yeah, our first mind flare. So you did that. Let's see if we got any sort of music while I'm talking through this. Pirates. There we go. So we defeated, or you defeated the Krakens. There was damage done to the ship, and the captain is very sort of kind of thankful for your sort of kind of helping his crew sort of defeat the Krakens. Though the last shot was carried off by his faithful gunners who.
I do believe I did say thank you to him and complimented them. About the same time, I dissed our favourite wind friend for trying to take the credit.
Yeah. So we had a little bit of so the idea, as always is the case in these things, you were meant to have some downtime. We were meant to be at Camberford weeks ago, but we're still kind of on the ship because we had a bit of an argument about how many Kraken there were. It's like there were 6 at one point, and it's just like So there's a bit of bits and pieces going on in the Discord RP chat. Whereabouts did we get to?
I think we were going to grill the passengers.
Yeah. So basically, Draken's basically said, so why is there so many? Why do these people want killed?
Why send 4 Krakens and a mind flayer just to take out one ship? It seems excessive.
And the captains kind of went, I don't know. Maybe because there's lots of dignitaries and stuff on the ship. And then he basically said, you've asked, well, who can we talk to? And you've said to them, well, there's the Mage Guilds. The guy who runs the Mage Guild, who runs the sort of Dragon Towers, he's there. There's basically an emissary from pretty much all the main sort of areas of Freya there. Now, as the ship is pretty much sort of close to dock, you're going back to Taunt. You're going back to the harbor town of Taunt. What do you want to do? Do you want to wait until you get back into docks? Do you want to sort of kind of talk to them on the ship? How do you want to do it?
If we get to dock, they're going to start throwing their toys out the ground, wanting to get off. And there's a good chance that someone might escape in the fuss. So we should probably stay where we are for the time being and have a little chat while we have them isolated.
Okay.
Would be my say.
All right. So, any other views on that?
Concur.
No, I agree.
We ask them here now and find out why there's so much interest in this ship.
Okay. All right. So, how do you want to go about it then? So basically, you've got the sort of like the middle deck of the ship. Which there is a bit of damage and stuff. It was mostly the sort of the top deck and stuff where all the fighting and stuff happened. So the passenger area is relatively safe where the passengers were. There's different cabins and stuff there. I guess as the sort of commotion has ended, some of them would have come upstairs. In short, you just basically tell me who you kind of want to talk to first, and then we'll sort of kind of push you in that direction.
Are we going for the mage? Always go for the mage.
Do we know which one is the mage? To be fair, it would be quite easy to work out. Just shout, "Look at that magic spell book!" And see
So
which
basically,
one
you don't know who
Fireball!
you don't know who any of these people. There's a lot of crew. There's retainers. There's retainers. There's there's lots of people. You don't. Some of them look like they're wearing fancy clothes. Some of them don't. You don't know who's who, basically.
Did we get the list of passengers?
You got a manifest, yes.
Okay, so would there be like the title beside the name, or who's who?
You should have on the manifest. I think I originally said there was like 10, but there's
I believe I asked the captain if he could possibly provide a list of cabins and who was in them, just towards the end of the RP session.
2, 3.
Of course, there's
4, 5,
also
6,
the concern
7, 8.
that the person of interest might be traveling incognito as a retainer.
Well, you've got basically 13 sets of dignitaries from each area in Freya. I'll show you a quick map of Freya's areas.
Nope.
That was also in there. Gonna try and sneak that into the thing.
Could it be that
Bonus 12.
if there's different, as we said, there's seems to be people from different parts of
Yes.
Freya all.
I cracked earlier on.
Is there any chance that they're all going to the same place? So it's ultimately, for a meeting or something like that.
We have got to ask them. There's sort of
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is what I'm sort of thinking along the lines is if we can establish that there is a sort of joint purpose, and basically the attack on the ship is potentially to
End that.
yeah.
Prevent the United Nations from gathering.
Yeah, basically. Unite the clans.
Okay,
Could
so
do.
what are you doing? You've got a manifest.
Do we summon everyone to the top deck and then just ask, or
Yeah, you can do that if
do
you
this
want.
one by one?
Or we
I'm-
could just
I'm
throw,
asking-
throw them off the ship, see which one float, and because they've been rejected by the sea.
All right. Okay.
What?
All right.
A classic trick used by the witch trials.
Right.
Okay.
And
So
how
I-
successful was that?
So I'm failing to see,
above that.
without sort of kind of, throwing in, I fail to see how, bunch of people who are going to be killed on a ship are the ones who are now under suspicion.
We just want to know why the ship's been attacked.
I think we need to sort of get past this being that there is a suspicious person. Potentially, there could be a suspicious person carrying something suspicious, but
Yeah, it's
potentially
powerful.
it could be a matter that it's literally taking out, like, it's like blowing up Hitler and all his, his side men and everything like that all in one go.
Yeah, but Hitler was quite
the
a major
baddies.
person within the Axis, to be fair. I don't think we classify as that yet.
No, not
That
us.
level of...
The
Well,
people, the
well,
other
yeah.
people who are on the ship, basically, they but
If someone of
there's-
that caliber was on the ship, I think they'd take a bit more security.
No, that should be. That's
Unless they're double thinking it.
I've just realised that's wrong. I've
In
given
that
the
case,
wrong-
then, it's not working.
I'd say basically we need to find out try and get a general idea of people's plans and where they're going to, what their what the business is for the reason for their travel, where they're going, why are they going there,
So
and
basically
sort
bring
of
them up,
go from there.
interrogate them all en masse on deck, and just terrorize them into telling us the truth. I can work with that.
Well, battle damage and bits and little bits of Kraken still laying around do serve to focus the mind wonderfully, I'm sure.
Okay, so can we gather them all on the top deck?
Okay, so how are you going to go about that?
Request the captain.
Have the crew.
Have the crew. Basically, herd them. Go room to room, and check that there's nobody in.
Okay. So the captain says, highly unusual, but yes, okay. And he sends off, I don't know, Perkins and I can't remember the other guys, the other crew members in names. Members of the crew, they go off and sort of start herding people. Some of the soldiers and stuff go off, start knocking on doors. There's lots of protests and stuff, being dangerous, obviously, because there's Krakens around and stuff like that, and they don't really want to go up in decks. But everybody is eventually sort of herded onto deck, as they can see sort of effectively what is Balon in the background, so they kind of feel relatively safe that there's land sort of there. And the ship is sort of kind of being maintained as it stands. So they're all sort of kind of crowded around on the deck. There's lots of noise and questions and general sort of standing on Kraken goo and stuff, and generally not being impressed about it and stuff.
Should we start a poll on who the first one to say "Don't you know who I am" is?
I was thinking that. Asking a group of nobles. Who's the most important? Oh dear.
I vote
Who's
that
going to be the one to take us
vote
to stage?
I vote Draken charms them.
I suggest we try and do this. For a change. Let's try diplomacy. Let's get the captain to speak to
Who is
them and
best at
say
diplomacy?
none
Can't we
of us
invite
is
them
the
into
problem.
like the captain's cabin? Like the one
Who is the
person
best
that we
one at
wanna-
diplomacy, though? That's the problem.
You're
I
cleric, and
think
she's
I basically think if we get the captain to sort of explain the reasoning for why we brought them all on deck, get him to explain that there is obviously a reason behind the attacks, and before we can actually let them disembark the ship, we need to find out the reasoning for the attacks, so we don't impose any further danger onto Balon itself,
And everybody else.
and everybody else. Basically, that until we find out the reasoning behind it or have an idea, that people will not be leaving the ship. In doing so, if people are obviously going to be a bit pissed off about that, but we can start questioning one by one. While we're questioning, we can keep an eye out for people maybe acting a little bit suspicious.
Like jumping off the ship and swimming for it.
Yeah. If people have got nothing to hide, despite being, sort of put out a little bit, they should ideally be cooperative. If they have something to hide, then they've something to hide, and it should show. Whether we notice it or not is something completely different. And then
Always
if that
a
doesn't
problem.
work, yep.
Then we let Draken have a chat with them.
We get old stick.
Who's the best one at diplomacy?
I think
None of
it's
us.
you.
ironically, I
Well,
think
you think
yours is
charisma.
probably I think your charisma is probably the highest. What?
Plus 2 bonus to charisma.
I
Well-
also have a +2.
I have
Oh.
+0.
Unless I can be deceptive. I'm just trying to think how to be.
Well, it's more like It's going to be persuasion, isn't it? Kind of like persuade them that we have the best.
Excuse me, what the hell is going on here? Why the hell are we all on top of this bloody ship with Kraken shit everywhere? Now, I demand that we get off this. Captain, I think we need to leave soon. There's obviously dangers in these waters. I'm very important. I don't want my wife, Abigail, to see any of this anymore. I think we should leave.
And who might you be?
Oh god, their names are put on another page. Everything moments.
I
love it, James. It's that organised.
Yeah, I no. See, the thing is, I put them on because I didn't know if you were going to keep them on the ship or not. I put them on another map, and I had their name. I named them all in preparation, but I didn't write them down. So like, I'll name them on the thing first. So he is. Where is he? He is. He is. I'm Sir Theobald Macbeus, emissary to the king in Kyrelia and the Kyrelian Empire. Who are you?
I am Draken of Clan Golden.
Oh, the Golden Man.
We are the reason you are still here on this ship.
Well, it was a group.
We have dealt with, in total, 4 Kraken and a Mind Flayer. Somebody or something does not want this ship to land.
He said.
We need to find out why.
He says, I knew you Dragonborn were uneducated beasts, but I can only see two corpses around here, not 4.
Oh, Draken is going to. Oh.
Now, I have to admit, Captain, this is highly irregular. I don't understand. These are the ones who sort of pushed their way onto the ship, caused all the commotion, dropped bloody why, frightened Mr. Frizzy Pants over here. Oh, she's just... I just don't understand.
Draken just picks him up and holds him over the side.
So you down in the crowd? And you're just going to pick him up and throw him?
Draken just walks straight up to him.
Right, bear in mind, he's going to have retainers and stuff beside him.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, so...
I'm behind him.
If he wants to speak to my face, not surrounded by retainers.
I walk behind him and glare at the retainers.
These guards sort of, sheepishly sort of kind of stand in front of him. They...
I think the Lord has something to say to my face.
Can you roll me intimidation?
I scream.
Roll me intimidation.
I scream, move to support him.
So intimidation, was that, Matt?
Yeah, roll me intimidation.
Yeah. So I scream, so I'll give him advantage.
With advantage?
Yeah, you can help. Well, yeah, okay, you can help.
I'm stood behind you screaming at him to move. That's got to be an advantage.
Oh, God.
Okay, so that is... Where through 1 minute. That is...
Oh, God.
And thank God it's an advantage.
Yeah.
Everybody sort of kind of... everybody sort of kind of laughs at your sort of kind of... Your sort of kind of feeble attempt at sort of kind of... intimidation. Says, if I'm going to be, what's the word? Let's see, because you, what would I get to say? Yeah, I don't think so, Savage. You can stand back there, and Captain, I must insist.
At least I am not a coward, cowering behind my men.
Yeah.
Little men like you speak loud, but have little to say. Isn't that right?
he just looks at you.
If you are as brave as you sound, I suggest you come out from behind your men and say directly to my face.
You don't
Otherwise,
become...
sit down and be quiet.
You talk a lot.
What's it they say about empty vessels making the most noise?
Well, I'm the one. He's the one who's blabbering away. I don't know that's that sort of silly that blabbering away and that silly accent is. He's. Yeah. I was always against the reservations myself. I was always against them. And I could tell why. The bloody. He looks really sort of nonplussed about the whole thing. He's just like, yes, well, I'm going back downstairs. Captain, you can. Oh God!
Oh no!
He's a target. This is the thing. You do not, attack Draken based on his rate. Calling the Savage, call the only Dragonborn like against the reservations. No, you do not say that. He's going to get what he just deserves.
So why have you cast silence?
Tharivel steps forward and starts laughing. Forgive my dragon friend. He is angry and easily offended for words against his race, but he does not mean any harm. The real reason that we have gathered you here on this deck is for the captain to decide who is the guest of honor. we only wish to know a little bit about yourselves, where you're going, and why you will be worthy of this honor.
Okay. Guest of honor. And it's okay. So why would there be a guest of honor? And he sort of kind of looks over at the captain, who sort of kind of looks at you, sort of sheepishly, like, what? So why is there a guest of honor? What's it? Why is there a guest of honor?
Well, every ship must have a guest of honor who gets to stand and dine with the captain.
Well, it's past. Bear in mind, bear in mind they're right at the very end of their trip and stuff. So,
so let me think about this.
Your deception has to be plausible before you actually.
Yes, I know. I'm working on it. This is a nomination of the spirit and goodwill and high. What's the best way of saying this?
High esteem.
Basically, saying that you're better than everybody else on this ship.
See, what you're basically you've got them all up here to see who to basically nominate a guest of honor.
No, it's basically for them to prove themselves as the guest of honor.
So why would
it's giving them a chance to boast
about what?
Themselves. Do you know who I am?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that's really. I'm just trying to think.
Surely I can roll for it.
You can, but I'm not sure. You're not going to get advantage on it and stuff.
Well, I'm not expecting advantage on it, but again, it's just.
Yeah, you can roll.
I smile.
I'm trying.
I smile. Reach down to my belt and pull a small pouch out which jingles and say, "Of course, since we're almost in port, then we thought maybe the guest of honor should just get a small sum to make sure they can purchase themselves a meal in one of the finer restaurants."
Bear in mind, right? We're sort of kind of go.
They get to dine with the captain on the.
Before we go along with this sort of thing, bear in mind these are all nobles. They're all pretty well off.
Yeah, I know. That's why I wasn't offering them money.
If you just sort of kind of give them money, they're gonna, it's like going up to a millionaire, going, "Here you go. Here's a few coins." And go, "What the fuck?"
No. I was going to go with the fact that I have 150 platinum pieces in a bag, and see who went for that.
We'll see. We'll see if this passes or fails anyway.
I was trying to give you advantage.
All right, roll deception then.
Ooh.
All right. So, Sir, what's his face? I've completely forgotten the name now after sort of saying it.
Look at the other page.
Yeah. He's just like, Well, you know, I was the Privy Council. I was the Privy Council to His Majesty the King, and I also have served in many of the these lands, the kingdoms in these lands. I also was this close to coming up to help when those Krakens attacked. I was just coming out of my bed and was about to help when it was too late and they had been defeated. And his wife just stands there and is just like, you know, shaking her head, looking sort of very unimpressed. As he says this, a lot of the other guests start kind of like shouting out, and you go, "Well, I am the finest smith in Vimbor, and I have crafted armor for all of the princes." And you got all these different sort of kind of people sort of kind of shouting out and sort of kind of insisting that they are worthy of this this accolade that you are going to give them.
Oh boy.
And where are you? And where are each of you for? What is your business? What is your?
It's very loud.
Destination.
It's very loud at this moment in time. They're all shouting over you and stuff. They're all basically arguing now. You've literally said who's the coolest and who's coolest in the gang. One's kind of went, "Oh, I'm the coolest in the gang," and the rest of them going, "Fuck you, dude. I'm the coolest in the gang." And they're all sort of arguing with each other and sort of.
Can Thomas listen out and see if he can pick out anything useful, anything he might have heard of that they're all boasting about?
I'm also going to roll perception if there's anybody who's trying to stay basically quiet. Who's...
Okay. Okay, yeah. Roll me perception, and Thomas, you can roll me. Have you got something you're just trying to listen out for? Or,
Yeah, just anything that piques his interest. Anything that.
You're gonna have to give me a what's the one that's gonna be a
Probably insight, I would have thought.
Insight, yeah. Give me an insight roll.
An insight. Where's it? There we go.
Okay. Tharaval, you're noticing, you know, there's a few of the retainers and stuff aren't really saying much. There is some interesting looking people around them and stuff, but it's generally the nobles that are sort of kind of doing the thing. The retainers and even some of the wives and stuff are just sort of kind of letting them get on with it. There are sort of some female nobles as well who are sort of, you know, arguing their case and stuff, and their husbands or
nobody who's really standing out other than like a helper of some sort who probably wouldn't
there's some of them
speaking
that
up much anyway.
Some of them look a bit odd, but there's nobody that you can see currently who's of any sort of kind of major note.
It does occur to me that we're not really the people to be looking for people that look odd.
Yeah. Thomas,
God, we're looking for basically people who's gonna, like, in this case, you're gonna have all these people shouting and arguing and saying, "Oh, I'm the best." Whereas if there's somebody who had something to hide, they would probably be trying to keep
their head down,
a low profile sort of thing. So that's basically what I'm looking for. Is there anybody who's literally just sort of like, you know, any of the nobles?
No, the nobles are all arguing. Well, you know, as far as you're aware, they're all arguing. You're seeing people arguing and stuff. You don't know who these people are. You're just seeing a bunch of people arguing, and there's a bunch of people who aren't. Because you don't know their names, you don't know who they are, you don't know where they're from. You've got literally no information other than you've got a bunch of people in front of you arguing, and you've looked out, and there are some strange-looking people in the crew, in sort of on the deck, who aren't arguing. Are just sort of kind of they mind their business, but you know, there's nothing there that sort of makes you think anything.
Any of those that aren't arguing or trying to not draw attention in better clothing, like similar to that of the nobles, because obviously the standard of clothing you're wearing tends to show how much money you have have around you.
There is
and higher quality clothing.
You've got sort of ones in sort of better clothing, but they're probably retainers. There's no sort of there's nobody at this moment in time from that role that you're seeing of any sort of major interest.
And 17 is a high enough roll, so that sort of says to me that there's not really anybody of any interest.
Or that you'd have to have a really high roll to spot them.
Individually.
Yeah. How about Thomas's listening?
Insight. Yeah, you're not really sort of. You sort of met. You hear something about the. You hear something about a theatant, and you hear something about a conference, and that's probably about it.
Shame Danny's not here to wave that sword of hers around and see if anyone shits themselves.
Yeah.
We have Max around and see if that helps.
That's probably not the right kind of shitting themselves. Okay, so. Well, if nothing else, we succeeded in keeping them from giving us grief. That's something.
See if we give it. See if we get those a bit too. See you moving. Oh, that's a bit too That's a bit too ominous. Let's see, do something else. So yeah, what are you doing? They're all arguing and sort of generally, you've got a mention of a theatant, Lydia Theatant, a conference, Ballon. You hear the word, you hear Kraken sort of kind of being mentioned. And
just a matter of interest, if I look over my shoulder back at the main deck, we have some bits of Kraken laying around. Have we got like a generous end of a tentacle laying around somewhere?
Yeah, there's going to be like bits of tentacle, a tooth or something flying around somewhere. I'm going
to sneak. While they were arguing, I'm going to sneak back and drop down to the main deck and grab one of those, and I'm going to manhandle it and have it stick up over the edge so that let's see who shits themselves and who stays standing up. Seeing if anyone unexpectedly brave gives themselves away by not diving for cover.
Right. Okay. All right. Okay.
So I'm not sure how you want to rate that.
Oh, sorry, wrong thing. I just got some greetings over it. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to find some music or something that isn't sort of too sort of ominous and but it's all sort of it's all a bit sort of let's just go for tavern music, Okay. So you're going to go and find a bit of tentacle and basically
nice bit of tentacle and try and have it wave around above the crowd and see who shits themselves and who doesn't. Looking for anyone unusually brave or confident.
Okay, so how are you going about this then?
Well, as I said, my first thought is that I need to drag it over to one point, a bit closer, and then manhandle it up in the air and have it sort of waving around and see what happens next.
Right. Okay. Okay. Are you getting any help to do this? Are you doing it on your own? It's a big tentacle.
That's not something you hear every day. I signal for Val and to get his attention, and indicate to him to follow me and explain quietly when we get a bit further away from the crowd what I want to do.
Why me?
Because you haven't started any arguments yet, so they're less likely to notice you.
I'm a big shiny metal. Oh wait, so you. Right,
I'm silver and white ceramic, dude. On redwood, I tend to not blend in.
Okay.
Really, you could lie down and pretend to be part of the ship. Planking.
Planking.
I'm afraid I might get a splinter.
Right,
okay,
we put
so
the tentacle on the spear and then use the spear to wave it around.
Okay. Well, we've both got spears, so if we shank it with both spears.
Oh, are you doing a dishonorable deed there?
This isn't dishonorable. I'm helping a friend.
Well, you're deceiving people. Is that good? Is that
it's
bad?
amateur dramatics. It's a bit of amateur dramatics, isn't it?
Okay.
Everyone loves a bit of amdram.
I'm just experiencing, the mortal realm.
Okay. All right. So you kind of go off and you sort of kind of place. Roll me strength, and you can have advantage on it.
Okay. So I get an extra +3 for any because my strength test. I get the proficiency bonus twice.
Oh, fuck.
So 13 then.
With advantage, so 13. Yeah, great.
Yeah. So you sort of kind of Val sort of sticks his spear through the tentacle, and you sort of kind of start struggling to sort of kind of lift this fucking huge sort of tentacle up. It's a way too heavy for you.
It was worth a try.
Any other ideas?
So the captain sort of, as you're kind of off doing this, the captain sort of turns around to the rest. It's like, I think you need to sort this out. I agreed to let these people on top of my ship, but I've got to dock soon, and I've got repairs. There's too many people on deck. You need to sort this out and get them below decks ASAP.
Tharvel approaches the first noble who is speaking and sort of boasting about himself, and basically says, "You good sir, I did see you running from your room to help. The captain has been was very impressed with your actions and efforts whenever the Krakens were attacking us.
Very good.
You're definitely one of the candidates for the
Pardon me.
oh god,
Prize.
What is it? The
For the
thingy of
accolade?
honor. Yeah,
Call it-
accolade.
The accolade, yeah.
May I ask you what is your business in Balon?
It's just like, oh yes, like, if only, I was very close to bringing my sword and finishing that damn beast off. My great grandfather was in the portal war, don't you know? Yes, yeah, I suppose it doesn't matter telling you this thing as long as it's not that bloody beast over there. And he says that in a whisper, so Draken doesn't he don't see that beast over there, and sort of kind of points towards Draken. You can roll perception if you want to see it, by the way, Draken.
Oh god.
You notice him pointing at you. You don't hear him, but you sort of you notice him pointing in your direction as he's talking to Tharival.
Casually wanders over.
Roll me deception, by the way, Michael.
Fails miserably.
Yep. Okay. So he's sort of kind of buying into this whole sort of this boosting his ego sort of thing. It's quite loud and stuff, but he sort of, as he's pointed over, he sees Draken sort of kind of coming in this direction. He sort of kind of puts his finger down. He's just like, hey, say nothing. Yes. So we have a conference. Lady Theotont has organized a conference on in the Triarch city of Taunt, and we're all delegates from the different states to see what we can do about this bloody scourge in the southeast.
You say everybody on this ship are your helpers?
Not all my helpers. These are my retainers here. These are my retainers here, but there's people from all over Freya. It's a conference. We have all been summoned, and that's why we're here.
Ah.
Thank you, my lord. You've been extremely helpful. I will pass your good words on to the captain, and I'm sure if you had got to your sword sooner, then this all would have ended sooner.
Yeah, so he's sort of kind of like he's like yes. So this accolade. So does it come with anything? Concubines, gold. A new title. I like a title.
That is for the captain to decide, but I will pass it on. He wishes to know.
Let Draken give him the accolade.
Do you mean axe blade? Is it, are you?
I'm not going to kill him.
Titles are such a wonderful thing; they can go both ways.
Here's your accolade. Oh, sorry, I mean axe blade. Okay, so he sort of kind of as he sees Draken, he sort of shuffles back off to the sort of kind of the behind his retainers and sort of kind of starts talking, arguing with one of the dwarf delegates.
So Tharavel goes back to the rest of the group and basically informs them that there is a council has been called, and Lady Athea Taunt is part of it. It seems that most of the main members on the ship were to attend, and that would seem why it was this ship was such a high target.
Makes sense.
I'm inclined to agree.
Conference on a plate.
Infiltration.
Okay, so is there anything else? You've got is there anything else you're going to ask them before?
I can't think of anything. But the fact that you're asking that is making
no,
me
I'm
think
not saying. Is there anything else you want to sort of kind of talk to them, because they're going to sort of, I'm just going to go.
I think we can return to the. Well, I'm happy enough to return to the captain and basically say to him that, given
we've identified the reason.
And then also tell him that he needs to give that gentleman some sort of accolade.
And just tell him to find Draken. Draken will sort out the accolade for him.
I've got visions of Draken going full New York, going, "I've got your accolade right here."
Okay.
His new title being the shorter.
And so the captain's like, so all being there. So there's a bit of a mess on my poop deck. I don't know. There's poop all over my deck at the minute. If I give him an accolade, the rest of these guys are going to be super pissed off, I'm going to lose business.
Do not worry about that. They will not want the accolade I will give him.
What? Right. So he's just like, all these guys are sort of arguing. So you got all these people arguing and sort of kind of looking for this sort of this honor that's going to be this honorific that somebody's going to get. Whoever gets it is going to piss off basically the rest of them. So how do you want to deal with that situation?
Okay, so
we're gonna have.
Tharavel is going to. Is everybody still sort of on the deck at the minute?
Yeah, everybody's there. They're still sort of kind of arguing, basically.
Okay, Tharavel's going to stand up and get everybody's attention, and he sort of shouts over and say, "Ladies and gentlemen, the captain and my friends and my party, we apologize, but you have been deceived, and I am the person that has deceived you. We needed to find out as to the reason as to why the ship was such a high target, and we believe we have found that. By doing it, we've led you to believe that you are to be given an accolade or an award that is fickle and fiction, and for that I am sorry, but this needed to be done, and we needed to be done quickly. You're all to attend a council with Lady Athea Taunt. This council is obviously of high importance, and this has obviously made this ship a prime target to be attacked. We don't know the reasons why, but you're obviously, as a group, a large number of valuable people to be taken out in one swoop.
Okay, so roll me persuasion.
Oh god, this is where it's gonna go bad. Yep.
So they all sort of kind of calm down and sort of kind of like they're listening to you, and then they just carry on arguing about who's the most important and who deserves this. So they basically ignore you and just sort of kind of carry on, sort of arguing amongst themselves.
How close to the dock are we?
You know, there's about an hour before sort of, you know, they dock basically.
I have an idea. Not sure how well it will go with my charisma with the -1 modifier.
I've just got to. This dog's fucking barking. Just talk it among yourselves.
Yep. They all want titles, correct?
No. All we do is we award him. Yes, we do.
Give them a title of able seaman.
No, I was going to suggest we tell them that they've all been dubbed survivors of the Kraken Gauntlet or something. And when he kicks off and say, well, of course, you know, you are the first survivor or something like that, and kind of give them something as a reason to actually argue among themselves how they should represent it and big themselves up using it, so they'll leave us alone and fuck off. Pardon my French.
So what have we
So
decided?
my thought was that would be my thought. So we give them like this idea that they've survived something and dub themselves as like survivors of or something, as a way to make themselves all seem better, and give him like first survivor or something, and give them an interest in using it as a way to push themselves and support each other, in the hopes they'll leave us alone and go away and find ways to use it for their own advantage.
So is that what you're doing?
That's why I'm asking their opinion.
I can't really think of anything else to argue against, so...
Good with that.
I say we just give it to that Mr.
I was hoping we would literally be docking. I could just sort of tap the captain on the shoulder and go, well, see ya. And just leave it to him.
Charming.
We just haul him across the keel hole.
Yeah, but then Lady Taunt will be upset with us, and we know that goes badly.
All right, I'm going to extricate you from this. So, there's sort of the captain, sort of waves everybody down and says, my friends are mistaken. All of you as survivors of this attack, or will have the honorific of I don't know. The battle, the battle, survivors of the battle of
I can seaman
of Cragmire Sea. I don't know, because it's sort of, I haven't named the seas yet, but Cragmire Sea. And with this, you can redeem. I don't know.
1 free pint.
You get a, I will buy you all your first drink. No, actually, I will pay for your stay in the hotel in Taunt. But yeah, so I will pay for your hotel in Taunt. They all sort of mumble amongst themselves and sort of.
Arval backs this up by saying, "To the survivors of Cragmire Sea,"
yeah,
and raises a hand and cheers.
And so they all sort of look at you and then start cheering themselves. The captain basically turns around to you and sort of whispers in your ear and says, "I'm not paying for this, old being. You're paying for this."
I was going to pay him anyway.
Well, yeah, I was just thinking about that.
We were thinking we should offer him something to help repair the ship anyway.
Yeah. So he's basically just try to get you out of a situation, but he's not paying for it. You know, you're paying for it and stuff. So you're paying for the guests in the hotel and stuff. And
Peace comes with a price.
yeah. Okay, so as you sort of like, so they all sort of kind of do a thing. They go off back to their to the cabins. A couple of them sort of kind of hang around on deck. Some of the retainers and stuff hang around on deck. And the ship sort of kind of lumbers into the port below where the Triarch city of Taunt is, obviously because it's on a sort of like big sort of like precipice. So there's lots of sort of cranes, and there's like a stairway up towards where Taunt is, and there's like this sort of like kind of like massive lift thing for goods and for people to sort of kind of get lifted up towards where Taunt is. So you know, you start you start to leave the ship. The captain.
Draken wants to keep an eye out for that lord. He wants to have one final word with him.
Oh god.
Elephants never forget.
Yeah. The as you sort of kind of like they start leaving the ship, the nobles and stuff are going down the gangplank with all their sort of material goods and things. He says, "Oh yeah, what did you wanted some stuff, didn't you, Val, from the ship? You wanted some supplies,
yeah, some furs and stuff.
Yeah,
for the refugees, and any like building materials you can spare.
Yeah, so he says, he's like, he says, Sir Nostius, those lost supplies, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, will be left in, you know, we be left." And he sort of kind of directs you towards sort of a certain area in one of the docks and stuff. I'll have one of my men sort of leave them there for you. I am to go to the conference as well as a representative from Cragmere, and I will speak to you there. So he sort of starts leaving the ship as well as his men sort of kind of start fixing the place up. He goes with Harrison and Hagman, the rifleman, go with them, a couple of other sailors and stuff. And the nobles and stuff start sort of kind of piling off the ship with the retainers, taking all their equipment and things, and start moving towards the lifts that take them up towards where Taunt is. Draken, you notice the slightly sheepish-looking noble as he sort of kind of walks past you with his retainers on either side.
Right. Okay, I'll pick him up.
Okay, so you're going to push through these people first?
Well, no, if it says on either side, I'd just basically walk in front of him and just pick him up.
There's loads of, like, so it's a massive queue of people and stuff.
He's in a group.
It is a group of people and stuff, so it's not you can just walk in front of them and grab them and stuff. So you'll have to do a strength test to push people out of the way and then grab them. So give me a strength and then a dexterity. Okay. Okay, so you push and give me a dexterity. Yeah, all right. Okay, so you push one of the sort of kind of retainers out of the way and grab him by the scruff. As you do this, everybody surrounding you sort of kind of freezes, and there's a gasp as some of his retainers sort of kind of lower their spears towards you.
Okay, I basically hold him over the edge of the water and said, "What did you say again?"
I don't... What? Put me down! Put me down! Bloody... Captain, bloody savage is trying to kill me!
I hold him over the... I'm holding him over the water. Do you really, really want me to let go?
Says you do not know who I am!
And we've got a winner!
Do you not know who I am? Bloody... Put me down!
Who you are. If you want me to put you down, all you have to do...
I will have my guards skewer you like the pig you are. Now put me down!
I will put you down... Then you apologize.
Roll intimidation.
Simple request. Okay.
Well, you're trying to intimidate him
because it.
Well, no, because you got spears and stuff around you, and he's quite an
Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is your
God.
ante last week. You got all your 20s last week, and you're getting all your...
Yeah.
He's just like, guards, take this man out. So the guards attack you.
Oh.
Okay.
Crap.
Okay, so
So close.
Oh dear.
so basically, they gotta get a free attack on you because you're holding somebody.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna roll some dice here. I'm not gonna go.
Okay.
So right. So I'm gonna roll a D8 for how many retainers. So 6. I'm gonna roll 6 D20.
Oh dear.
I'm going to say, what's your AC?
18.
18.
18.
18. All right. I'm going to say 3 because this is just straight rolls. There's going to be pluses because they're obviously guards and stuff. So I'm going to say 3 of them hit you with their spears. Hit you with their spears. Doing. How much does a spear do? How much damage does your spear do?
Mine.
Yeah, it's a D10 for spears, or is it D8?
1d8 plus 1 piercing.
So 1d8. So so they do 16 damage onto you.
Okay.
So right, they basically sort of they stabbed you, in different areas, sort of kind of to stop you from attacking this thing. People around you are now screaming and running away.
Draken just holds him over and just repeats, apologize.
Okay, roll intimidation again. You can have advantage on this one because you've just sat there and took it.
Yeah. What we roll double one now?
He sort of sees you literally just taking 3 spear hits to the side and just shrugging it off. And he is like, it's just a joke, bad humor. I profusely sorry. I apologize. I've always liked the dragon lizards. I've always liked. I've always liked your kind, hard workers. One of my best friends. One of my best friends is a dragonborn.
Draken carefully picks him up, puts him back on the side next to his retainers. Says, "That is all you've had to say." Now he turns to the retainers. I suggest you take your lord downstairs. He seems to have sold himself.
Roll me intimidation again. Yeah, the guards sort of kind of like, just go, yeah, okay, yeah, and they sort of kind of grab him, and they sort of kind of whisk him away. You can have some what's the inspiration for that?
Thank you.
Just stick your,
And Draken now just calmly walks down the gangplank and goes, "I'm ready now."
Cool. Yeah. Okay. You can have an inspiration point for that. That was quite amusing. Okay. So all of the sort of kind of nobles and stuff get off. The dwarf the dwarf delegation sort of kind of like, you see that, man? He fucking shit himself. That was hilarious. And they sort of kind of pat you on the back as they sort of kind of as they walk off down the gangplank towards the lifts to take them up to Tompt. Or is there anything you want to do around the docks and stuff, or are you just going taking the lift up to Tompt?
All my goods gonna be safe where they are.
Yeah, so the captain sort of he'll leave one of his men to sort of kind of it's gonna take them a while to unload the stuff. They've got to do repairs and stuff anyway, so it's all gonna be on the ship, and then they'll do repairs and things.
And I have nothing.
Okay, rest is
No, I'm
Draken has resolved what he needs to resolve, so he is quite happy now.
Right, so you are all going up to Taunt then?
Looks that way.
Okay.
Well, somewhat theoretically say back to Taunt.
Yeah, go
Wasn't
back
that
to
long
Taunt.
ago we were there?
Yeah, so you go back to Taunt, and it's been what? I'm trying to think how many days you've been. Just under a week, I guess. And you're back again. You come in. From it's like a barge that pulls you down the canal. This sort of very large canal that takes you into the city of Taunt itself. It stops off. Let's see me do a thing. Where are we? Where the fuck is the... Oh, draw tool, there we are. Freehand. Okay, so, if I remember right, this is where the old inn used to be. Let me do... Drawing clear. So they're gonna leave you off about oh, that's the wrong thing. Here. Actually no, that's the thingy. Forgot that's the thingy quarter where you got what's his name from? The Artificer. Artificer. District. It's not going to be there. It's going to be So they're going to take you off here somewhere. Let me do that. So here in the square, the inn where you were is here. That's where you sort of kind of met sort of people and the guy who knew your brother and stuff. There is a big hotel sort of in the corner as well over here. And that's kind of where everybody seems to be kind of going towards in the main square. There's like a big hotel over there. So you get off. Taunt, it's relatively late. It's not super busy. The sun is sort of kind of going down. It's up to you if you want to go with them, if you want to start moving, you want to go back to Camber Ford, if you want to look around the city, do other things, it's up to yourselves. You're on mute, Mark.
Mark.
It's probably a little bit late to be travelling back to Camber Ford at the moment. Might we just stay the night? We did use that inn over there before, and I suspect in the morning we're going to have to settle up a small bill over at Yonder Hotel if we don't want the captain to hunt us down and beat us with something big and heavy.
Plus, I was sort of thinking we're probably better traveling with the people who are going to this council in case they get attacked en route as well. And I would expect they're not going to travel individually. They'll probably be traveling as a sort of convoy or something like that. But
no, so they're all going to the hotel. Yeah, so they're all going to the hotel itself. Yeah.
Yeah, but as in, I mean, like as in the next day.
Okay, yeah. So the conference is happening in this big grand hotel. Breath of a minute.
Oh, right. Okay.
Dog's barking. Breath of a minute.
He didn't put himself on mute.
No. He did buy the dog.
What's it they say? Be
There's-
careful what you wish for.
Whereas Nanook's lying here, not making a peep. Hello, bub.
Sorry about that. Okay, yeah. So the conference is happening. The conference is sort of happening in the hotel.
At like now or
Well, they're going there.
well then might I suggest we maybe make ourselves known to Lady Taunt if she's there.
Chances are she'll be travelling there in the morning or something. I suspect she'd probably stay in the stay in her own.
In Falcross.
Yeah.
She might be welcoming people, or you never know. Val will probably take any chance he can get to get another pass at her.
And there's no Galandra here to cockblock
Oh, no.
He can do it all by himself.
Oh dear, crossing swords, eh?
Yeah.
Is that what we call it now?
All right, so you're all going to the hotel then, are you?
Does seem that way.
Yeah. Nobody wants to do anything else. You're just going to the hotel.
Yeah.
I think at the moment
Yeah.
it's probably strengthening numbers kind of thing,
Okay.
or possibly stopping Draken from killing people.
Okay.
Draken has not killed anyone at all this today.
Okay. So, can you see that?
Big black square.
You
It's
should
definitely
be.
black.
You should be at the bottom. If you scroll down to the bottom, you should be there.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
there
can
we
see
go.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you sort of kind of come up to this quite grand-looking, building with beautiful sort of kind of gardens and shrubberies. There's these various ornate-looking doors in front of you with sort of a with like not butler, what do they call doorman, sort of kind of welcoming people as they go inside. Are you just walking? Are you walking in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we'll let Val take the lead. You know, being all shiny and stuff.
Okay, so you walk in and wrong thing. Let's see.
Lobby bar.
Yeah, so you walk in and you see the captain. The captain's there with some of his men. They've just they're kind of talking to the people at the desk. He says, okay, yes. That man over there will sort out the bill at the end of the evening. And she sort of kind of the manager sort of looks over and she's like, which one? The funny looking one, or that one over there, and he sort of points towards Val.
At least he's not the funny looking one.
Which one is the funny looking one?
I think it's me.
Oh no, Draken's gonna get mud again.
So he's just like, it's like any one of these, they'll sort out the tab. Isn't that right, boys?
Hmm.
General murmur of agreement.
Nah, everything.
And they sort of like, he says like, yes, good. Now I'm going to take myself off and have a few drinks with the other delegates. I'll see you in the bar. So they sort of kind of walk off to, oh, bloody things. Come on, breath of a minute. So he takes himself off with his chums, and they sort of will take themselves off into the bar. They're going to go off into the bar. Okay. So as you're sort of kind of walking in, there's sort of two people on the desk with sort of like with these sort of little name badge things, and they're like, you are delegates from.
Camber Ford.
The Battle of Cragmere Sea.
It's like, what? So they're asking your delegates from where, and it's like they're looking at their list and looking at you.
Camber Ford.
Yeah.
You're coming
We're
from
not on the list.
He's like, well, you're not Camber Ford. Is that's the old. That's and it sort of kind of was. That's like the old fort down by. It's like that there's no delegate from Camber Ford.
Maybe if you ask the Lady Taunt, you'll find that they simply forgot to put us on the list.
Lady Taunt is a very busy woman. You know, we can't just go around messing with her. I'm sorry if you're not on the list, you're not coming in. Says you're more than welcome. You know, sort of gets you know, you could stay in the hotel, but obviously you can't go into the conference itself or the pre-conference party that is happening right now.
Gee, that was a bit of a change once we stopped being delegates, wasn't it?
You want me to discuss this with him?
We could always ask him if he wanted to take it outside.
Bear in mind, you are now back in Balon and stuff like that, so
Yeah.
you can sort of maybe sort of
Well, actually,
without telling you
given-
how to play your game, but
What? Yeah,
We
Matt,
can play Billy Big
is-
Balls here.
yeah, you
We
could
have
be a
we
bit
have a folk
more.
hero.
Yeah.
would we have recognition based on our actions during the recent
Yes.
battles?
Yes.
Okay, Draken just turns up. I think you know who we are.
Okay. So what are you saying? Are you just sort of you think you know who we are? And,
Don't you know who we are?
don't you know who we
Yeah,
are?
I can't remember the name of the battles that we would.
Yeah, so you've
God.
had the Battle of Falcross Bridge, and the Battle of
that's-
Silkside. The Battle of Silkside.
Yeah, we were
I
at the
think
Battle
so.
of Belcross Bridge. We led the charge at the Battle of Silkside.
We
I'm
also
pretty sure
travelled-
that Lady Taunt would want to come and see us, should she know we're here, since we have saved her life at least once.
Roll me
absolutely.
persuasion, and you can have advantage on
Who's this?
it. Whoever's got the best persuasion, I'll let you have
Probably
it.
you.
Persuasion 2. Okay.
-1.
-2.
Oh God.
I'll mind you this on Apple.
Okay.
Actually, would Draken's
Folk hero thing.
background as folk hero come into this?
Yeah,
Because
well, that
people
would sort
do
of give
know
you
him.
it would give you advantage, and you would get sort of some pluses to
So-
it and stuff. But you've got such a
Just some
low
pluses.
roll. You got such a low roll. It's basically that roll implies that you kind of just sort of kind of mumbled something, you know, pointless, and they were just like, no.
Let
Thomas
me
stepped
repeat
forward
myself.
That again. I'll let you have another. I'll let you try again.
Okay, let me repeat myself.
Clear your throat.
That's better.
Yeah.
20.
Okay. So they she sort of kind of looks back, and she's like, "Oh my God, it's you! It's yous! Oh my God! Oh, yes, my lady Taunt's in the bar. She's about to make a speech. Please, my apologies. My most profuse apologies. Please do go in."
Nods his acknowledgement and
Which
wanders
way?
So it's the door on the
This one?
yeah, that one there. So you're just walking in?
I'm gonna
Okay.
stay at the back.
Okay.
Hide
Uh,
my head in shame.
So you walk in, and
Kraken.
Oh my lord.
Blimey.
you walk in, and there is, there's music playing. There's a lot of people sort of getting very drunk. There's you know, you kind of notice the captain and stuff over by the bar with some of his men. There's you know, there's nobles and retainers and locals and all over the place. You also notice sort of Lady Taunt standing talking to Guard Captain Anders on the sort of kind of the stage with a couple of her guards in front.
On Val, giving him a chance now.
Oh yeah, great.
I'll accompany Val, just in case he does something embarrassing like falling over his own feet.
Awful tongue.
I hate you guys.
I hate you guys.
I'm going home.
I'm going
He
home.
hates us because he knows it's true.
I'm not flirting with Matt, all right?
Let's
You
do
may
this.
not have any choice.
Let's do this.
No, we're not doing this.
Okay, so are you going up to talk to her?
I'm not.
Fine, I will.
I want to go home with my boys.
As I walk over, I call out, "Lady Taunt, it's a fine time to meet you."
She sort of kind of looks up and looks over, and a big sort of kind of smile comes across her friends. My friends, welcome. What are you doing here?
We had to have a chat with a couple of Kraken along the way, and we wanted to make sure that your delegates got here in one piece.
It's like, I knew it was you. I told Captain Anders. I said, Captain, it's going to be them. And the captain sort of kind of he sort of laughs and he walks over. Whose sort of group was Anders in during the battle? Was it
Mine,
yours?
I think.
Yeah. So he goes over to Valashul and sort of gives him one of those sort of kind of pats him
the
on
forearm
Bro hugs.
grasp things.
yeah, those sort of forearm grasps and stuff. And he says,
What's the matter, Dylan?
yeah.
Pushing too many pencils.
You set us up. He's just like, sort of kind of embraces you, and he's just like, I never did buy you a drink for saving my life, and let me buy you a drink.
Probably better if I lay off the drink. I had plenty of sailor's rum on the ship.
he sort of kind of laughs, and he's just like, as you wish. So Athea, she's just like, what can I do for you? Are you I've got to make a speech, but you're more than welcome. We can have a chat afterwards if you want to.
That's fine, as long as you're making the speech and we aren't. Because I think that's definitely somewhere we lack in skills, as I think you'll recall.
Did the Nook appear before or after? When did you have the Nook?
After.
Does she know about the Nook?
After.
After, yeah, because I got her. Yeah,
Yeah, you did.
only we did after.
Yeah, so she sort of goes past and she goes through all of you, and then she says, "And who do we have here?" And so she gets down onto one knee and sort of kind of puts her hand out towards the Nook.
Nanook approaches and sniffs Lady Taunt's hand and then rests her chin upon her hand.
And she's like,
Tharival says, "This is my friend Nanook, my loyal dog. She seems to be taken away with you as the rest of us are, my lady."
and she's just like, she's such a beautiful creature. Aren't you beautiful? And she starts sort of kind of like caressing the Nook's fur.
I chuckle and say, almost magical.
Yeah. And she's just like, you're going to be a big girl when you grow up, aren't you? Wow. And she sort of kind of, she stands up and sort of kind of, she's got a bit of, she's like, she gets a bit of sort of bone from one of the plates that's sort of nearby and sort of gives it to Nanook to chew on. And then she sort of kind of gives an eye to Senway and says, I don't think I know you. Where is Galandra? Where is Galandra?
Galandra has travelled back to the ford with some people that we helped along the way. She was she felt it was best to escort them back, and we made our way back separately after spending some time with our new friend, whose son you know.
Oh no.
And she's like, "Oh, intriguing. And your son is?"
Valashor raises his hand.
Senway looking a bit sort of. Senway looks slightly uncomfortable in this sort of kind of environment. She's not used to lots of people being around. She sort of kind of dealt with it in the. She sort of dealt with it in the ship because it was. But she's not really keen on being around all these people and stuff like that, having been basically on her own for a very long time. So she doesn't say very much. Althea sort of kind of looks at Val and then looks at his mother and says, "I can see the resemblance." She says, "Well, if you I must thank you for raising such a brave boy, for raising such a brave warrior. You must be proud." And she says, "I'm very proud. I'm very proud of him." And sort of kind of looks over at Val, who's kind of going, "Yeah, shucks, your mom."
Not in public.
Even from the girlfriend.
Yeah, man. So she says, "If you will excuse me." So she takes herself off onto stage. Everybody's sort of kind of being quite rowdy, and she's just like, "Ladies and gentlemen, please, first of all, I believe you've had a very hard journey. 2 Kraken attacked your ship, and you have all survived." As they all sort of kind of... Oh, yeah. As they all sort of kind of, cheer. And she says, "My congratulations that the agents of darkness that were sent to destroy you have yet to do that. That is why you are here. You are here to bring light to the darkness and make sure Freya does not fall to its corruption." She then carries on and says, "You are here, and the conference that will happen is to get how am I going to do this? Is to provide men, supplies, and ships to the war in the southeast. It goes badly, and we need all we can to prevent a breakthrough. Every one of you can help. Every one of your nations can help, and we need that help." There's a lot of sort of kind of murmuring and sort of people sort of umming and ahhing and stuff as she says this. But for the time being, I would like to introduce you to my friends. They have not only saved me on numerous occasions, but they have saved you as well. 2, I'm not sure what I'm going to call yous.
Probably the heroes of Silkside would probably be the best option of being in the biggest battle.
Yeah, so to the heroes of Silkside, can you all raise a glass to the heroes of Silkside? And sort of like wenches go around and start providing sort of kind of booze to everybody in the sort of kind of in the room, and they to the heroes of Silkside, and everybody takes a glug of their booze, and then sort of kind of goes back to their chit chat. give me sorry, Althea sort of stands down. I'm sorry, she says, now on the morning, we will discuss what you are here to discuss. For the time being, enjoy yourselves, make merry, and please don't be late tomorrow morning. And she sort of kind of steps down and gets off the sort of stage. Okay, that's it. She kind of walks over to you and says, "Can I buy you all a drink?"
You're mute.
Tharabol's still feeling kind of uneasy that the ship was attacked, and the fact that we're in a room filled with the people that we're trying to be killed is basically very untrustworthy of the large crowd, and he's scanning the room for threats.
Roll me. Perception.
That's no Nick.
You notice sort of do you notice something? Not with that, no. You sort of kind of notice some of the, just people getting drunk. What's his name? I'm just gonna put the name up on these guys. Is it Frozen? Sir Theobald Macbeth. He's looking a bit more drunk than anybody else. To the point it looks like he's going to be sick. Apart from that, you don't notice anything else.
Okay.
Yep.
So noticing that Senway's still looking a little uncomfortable at the crowd, I make my apologies to Lady Tonders. As you know, I'm not really a drinking construct, and I think that Senway is a little uncomfortable. Maybe she would like to accompany me to take some air outside, and we can take a little bit of a walk around.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She thanks you, and she's like, "Yes, I would like that. I would like that." So she sort of kind of takes you by the arm, and as you sort of kind of go to leave. Dog's kicking off again. No.
So I turn to you before we leave and say, I'll take a little wander around outside to make sure there are no surprises, shall I, Terrell?
I would appreciate that. Like
Sorry.
Kevin Costner in The Bodyguard.
Yeah. So you go to sort of kind of, she takes your arm and stuff to go out. What are the rest of you sort of kind of doing?
Sitting on a stool, relaxing, acting all cool.
Yeah.
Not
Tharavel,
Yeah, that too.
Tharavel nods to Lady Taunt and agrees to a drink, but he doesn't actually have intention of drinking it. It's more to stay close to her and keep watch.
Okay. Okay, so she sort of kind of says, "Oh, you will take me up on that drink, will you, Master Ranger?" So she takes you over towards the bar and asks for some of the sort of fine vintage that they have there. Will you be joining us, Dragonborn?
As you wish.
And what about you, Master Wizard?
A drink tends to dull the senses, but it's been a long day. I'm sure a small one won't hurt.
Yeah. And you, Sir Nostius?
Why not?
Yeah. All right, so you all sort of kind of take yourself off to the bar, and she sort of pours out this quite sort of aromatic smelling wine, for you all. And she says, to your health, gentlemen, and to the destruction of the corruption.
Here.
Fallowshield downs the wine like a shot.
As you neck the wine, she sort of kind of laughs, and she says, This is my father's vintage. It's been in his family for 500 years, and you've just necked a thousand gold's worth of wine.
I did wonder why it
Fucking
tasted a bit dusty.
Draken would raise his glass in like no acknowledgement, but he does not drink.
Okay, roll me another perception check.
Who? Everyone?
I'm
not there.
Yeah, everybody give me a perception check. Who's in the room?
Hooray.
Ooh,
I see nothing.
Okay, Draken and Tharval, as you're not drinking, you notice that Theobald, Sir Theobald, is that his name? I'll stick him over here. Why aren't you
Ed Theodore Logan.
not doing? Oh, that's right. That's just there.
Got to try and find Sir Bill then, haven't you? Or Sir
Yeah.
William?
So Sir Theobald, who's over there at the top, you can't see it. Sir Theobald, who's at the top, sort of just across from the fire, or surrounded by a couple of other sort of nobles. He looking very, very peaky, and falls over face first onto the table in front of him. The people around him sort of laugh. And sort of one sort of kind of bends down to sort of pick him up, and then screams.
I did not do anything.
This time.
And then so there's a massive scream. The music sort of suddenly stops, and the everybody surrounding him backs off. As you see, his sort of what is like vomit and sort of kind of drool coming out his mouth, but it's laced with blood.
Tharval says to Thomas and Draken, quickly tend to that man. I'm going to get Senway.
Yeah, Thomas pulls his what's it called, healing kit out of his bag and rushes over.
Okay.
Draken
Constitution
goes with him.
Constitution saves for Wes and Thomas.
Oh shit! Yeah, we drank. Fuck.
Well, I took a sip. I was sure.
I downed it. Wait.
You downed it. Well,
Shit.
a sip was enough. Apparently.
Give me a Constitution save.
Constitution.
Oh God.
I get
Okay.
plus. Everyone gets +2 if they're near me. By the way, just saying.
You're feeling slightly drunk. That's it.
Okay.
You're feeling slightly more inebriated. So there's going to be a bit of a modifier for any perceptions and stuff like that. But you're drunk pretty much. It's quite strong stuff. Okay, so that's fine. You go off to sort of try and find your mother. You grab them just before they leave the building. And sort of bring them back into the bar.
So where's the guy that's like choking on his own blood or whatever?
By the fire.
Top left.
Yeah,
Okay.
Top left
right.
or bottom?
Right, a moment. I'll
I think.
it's not showing
Can
his. Yeah, it's that
I
guy there.
lay my hand upon him and burn the toxins from his body.
Yeah, you can try.
Just to.
Yeah.
And the cure's worse than the poison.
Yeah. you
Nice.
he's dead.
Oh.
You killed him.
He's
Oh
dead.
no.
He's dead.
Can Senway kiss him better?
So Senway sort of kind of goes over and then sort of recoils at the. She recoils and she says, "This is dark magic. This is dark magic." And I've suddenly given her sort of different thing. This is dark magic, and she sort of she steps back. As what was this sort of kind of podgy, sort of kind of overly fed face starts to sort of slowly melt as whatever he's consumes takes his face off.
On the upside, he didn't turn into a mind flayer, which is what I thought you were going to do to us.
Yeah, I thought so too. But
There's still time.
can I check what he was drinking?
Or has the goblet dissolved?
Good point.
Yeah, there's no trace of the. Well, actually, no. You can. Yeah, why not?
Do you want me to roll investigation? Or?
Yeah, roll me an investigation. What are you look? What sort? Actually, what are you trying to find?
I'm trying to determine like if it smells off or if it's.
You
like,
need roll me a medicine, maybe,
distinguishable.
or
Okay.
yeah, roll me a medicine. Yeah, you there's definitely an odd sort of smell, and it there's definitely some sort of poison that's being added to his drink.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer nobleman.
As you hear sort of kind of as that happens, you can see some people starting to walk start moving towards the exit of the room.
I shout Captain Anders to bar the door.
Captain Anders sort of kind of looks up and nods to his men, who sort of kind of move over to the door and prevent anybody from leaving.
I get Draken's attention and nod towards the door as well, just in case.
Nods in return and just wanders into the centre of the room.
Never hurts to offer moral support, right?
And then he goes and stand. We'll say there's another thing over there, so he goes stands at this other door and stuff. Okay, so there's a lot of sort of like the music's down. Pretty much everybody is looking at their drinks and sort of putting them down as they do. Checking that they're okay. And so far, there doesn't seem to be any other casualties.
Mm-hmm. So I turn to Senway and say, "Can you identify what was in his drink, by any chance, Miss or Madam?"
Okay. So do you want to roll me a medicine for her? Shut up, dog. No. He's been such an asshole tonight. He's got
an asshole every night.
He's got a nemesis who I swear to God, there's like this white sort of Samaed that he fucking hates, and it walks past my house and it barks every time it walks past my house, and Boz goes mental whenever it happens. And I'm sure it does.
When you started describing that, I just pictured the Simpsons episode with Maggie and the monobrow baby whenever it goes past
like
the front of the house.
Yeah.
So that was her medicine roll. So
yeah.
she did pretty well.
Yeah. So she basically describes it's a form of it's an elven toxin that comes from the what was the name of that fucking stuff? Gylus used it.
What stuff he used?
Gylus used to fucking knock out the thing on the top of the fuck, I'm gonna have to get the thingy open now. I can't remember what it's called. But it's that. I'll figure it out later. It's basically it's a more lethal version of that stuff that and he mentions it, and you sort of remember that Gylus had sort of actually I think you guys had taken some of it in the thingy lodge, in the hunting lodge. It basically makes you sleep It makes you sleep if you have a certain amount of
yeah.
drops, and if you, I can't remember the name of it
If
now.
you had
so-
too many, you like.
Yeah, if you had too many, but this is a higher. This is literally a overly engineered, sort of very toxic version of that. I'm gonna have to find out what it is now.
Is there any left in the glass, or
There's a
I think that's how she identified it. There was a smidgen left, wasn't there?
yeah, there's a little bit left in the glass. Yeah.
Tharaval requests a bottle and a cork from behind the bar and pours the remainder into the bottle.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. They get you a bottle and you pour it in. Oh, World Amble's down for some reason.
Oh, beauty! Tharaval, with expertise in a poisoner's kit, has got poison.
And it's very nasty poison at that. That could be handy later on.
Yeah.
Don't forget to put it into your inventory.
Yep.
When you find out what the name of it is.
I'm just putting it in the bio for the minute.
Just looking.
Got poison.
I'm just looking for it now here. But I think I've got World Amble open. Articles. It is. That's Ogma's Balance, Daybreaker. Technology. Is it going to be under medicine? That's it. Alfusus oil from the Alfusus tree. But it's a more sort of kind of engineered version. Is known the tears of the ancestors is a sap that comes from the Alfusus tree, and is commonly in the south of Freya, mainly in the kingdom of Elathia, but sometimes found in other kingdoms. The sap is its own harmless, but enough of it has been used many thousands of years as a cure for bad dreams and insomnia. But when heated and refined, used specific chemicals and wildflowers can be used to commune with the ancestor, or at least that is the belief. If the communication is real or drug-induced, the hallucinations is hotly debated. So potent, so potent, unfortunately, that too much can lead to madness, catatonia, and even death. It is therefore used as a poison of sorts by agents of the shadow, who seek to pervert its natural properties for their own malevolent means. Currently, there is no antidote.
How do you spell it?
ALFUSIS. It says use of this oil needs skill and knowledge of its properties. Any party member who wishes to use it must research it thoroughly, lest there be any unwanted side effects.
Okay.
I'm sure I had rules for that. I can't remember. It doesn't seem to have. I've noticed that some of the stuff I had hadn't been saved, which was annoying.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see it. Like, there's a poisons list table, but it's not in any of those. So
yeah. Okay, so yeah, so basically, I think it's like certain. There's a certain amount of like drops in it. It will make you sleep for X amount of time, but with different flowers and different sort of mixtures, it can become poisonous, and therefore this is what's happened to this chap here.
Okay. So yeah, Tharaval takes the remainder and he puts it into a bottle, puts the bottle into his backpack.
Okay.
Yep, sorry, go ahead.
So Althea Taunt says, she says, Liz, she's like, ladies and gentlemen, oh, is she going to say? Actually, no. I'll not say. She'll not say anything. Is there anything you guys want to announce to the crowd or anything?
I step up onto the bar and shout for attention, and say, "I regret to inform you that whoever launched the Kraken attack does not appear yet to have stopped trying to interfere with this conference. As such, I would ask that you retire to your rooms with your retainers, and we will seek to find out what the cause of this particular attack was. And in the morning, you can come together to frustrate their aims, and to attack and to ensure that they are defeated with your efforts and those of the Lady Taunt as they are attempting to stop?
Tharavel holds his hand up and says, although I believe that these attacks have not stopped, I fear that the cause of this man's death, the person may still be in this room, so I would prefer that nobody leaves until we have found the culprit.
I turn to the Lady Taunt and let her decide.
The screaming widow of Sir Theobald is sort of kind of, you know, sorry, what the retainers are saying, you know, they must be able to sort of do something with the body. The wife sort of stands over and starts pointing at where that is. Let me just check the diplomacy map.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so she starts pointing at the delegate from the Al Zaharak delegation, and she says, It was him. It was you. It was you. You've done this to my husband. You've been trying to undermine our empire for hundreds of years, and now you go out and you murder one of its finest citizens. You, and then sort of starts saying some very derogatory terms about these people. They obviously stand up. Swords are sort of kind of are drawn, and sort of two sets of people start to sort of kind of square up against each other.
Tharavel turns to Lady Taunt and says, "My lady, I believe this may not have been an attack to kill all, but it is an attack of disruption. If we do not have everybody acting together as one, we can lose this war. I suggest you say some words to try and calm, if you would."
So she sort of kind of nods and agrees. She gets on stage and waves everybody down. She says, "Oh God, I'm gonna think of something now."
Friends, balance.
Yeah, balance. She's like, you know, my our heroes. So the heroes of Silkside have spoken the truth. This is not a war. This is not aimed at individuals. This is aimed at all of you. This is not one person's fault, but the darkness that has come here to disrupt us and prevent us from sending aid to our brothers and our sisters in the war in the south. If we carry on at each other's throats, we will soon be overrun, and we will all end up like Sir Theobald here. We must all stick together. We must all stand as one. We cannot fight each other. This is what they want. This is what they have done to us. Somebody in this room has done this, and we must find out who it is. Now put away your swords, sit down, and let us sort this. The men sort of grumble, but they sheathe their swords and sort of set themselves down. She says, "I will leave the investigations up to you, Master Elf," and sort of nods to you.
We just got delegated.
No pressure.
I know we delegate this to the Dirty Dozen.
Are you assuming she's staying? She's staying in the room then? Yes.
Yeah, she's staying in the room. So she sort of she sat down and is sort of she sat down with one of the soldiers. She sort of kind of pours out the wine that was sort of there. Anders is sort of in the bottom, sort of looking after one of the doors. Two soldiers are looking at the other door. She's sort of kind of on her own on the stage.
So, this is going to be kind of like Inspector Clouseau. Tharivel, sort of speaks up to the room, so that there is a culprit in this room who has caused the death of this poor soul, and we are going to find who they are. He looks to the group of people who were with him, surrounding him. I'm assuming his wife, and say, "Do you know who delivered him this drink that has been poisoned? Can you point them out in this room?"
Yeah. So she sort of kind of points to one of the serving wenches.
Okay. So
that's sort of like so. This one over here. She points to one of the serving wenches there, who looks absolutely mortified. It's like, I did. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Please, sir, I wouldn't have done such a thing. It wasn't me.
Or the crowd starts to erupt and point fingers. Tharivel raises his hand and says, stay silent, and he approaches the serving wench. He asks her name.
Daisy. The name's Daisy.
Daisy, we're not accusing you of anything. You are the person who's delivered this drink, but that does not necessarily mean that you are the person who poured it. We need to find out where this poison has come from, and we need to trace back every step. So, where was this drink handed to you from? What was where did you travel from to get it to that table? Were there other people that you served before going to Sir Theobald's table, or did you move directly from the person who gave you the drink to Sir Theobald?
She says that she had a tray full of drinks that were provided to her by the barman, and he she just they were on the bar. She's picked them up, and she's basically gone around and provided drinks.
Daisy, can you remember what drink the gentleman took, and whether it was the only one of that type that was on your tray?
He was the first one to pick it up. He was the first one to pick up the drink. It was the most ornate looking glass, and that's what he took. He took it.
I nod and know. That's interesting. So. So you weren't directed to go there first, then?
No, I just picked up a tray of drinks. I did find it odd that one of the glasses was a bit more fancy than the others. But yeah.
Did you serve any tables between picking this tray up at the bar before serving Sir Theobald?
No, because he picked that glass up first. No, I'm trying to think. No. Birth 1 minute. I'm gonna scupper myself for early on. Let me just try and figure this out. Wait a minute.
Who would have thought would be logical? As the dragon pops in, goes, axe.
I use my axe. Okay, so she it was the center. All right, so he was the last one to take it. It was the center glass, she gave it to So he took it last. It was the last glass.
How many glasses were on the tray?
10.
10 glasses. So he basically 10 people had taken glass, or 9 people had taken glasses, and his.
But he went for the most ornate one though. That's the interesting one.
Well, the ornate.
Thomas?
If he was taken last, then that was the one that was left.
One left.
Thomas.
She says she noticed it. It was ornate as he took it. There was, she said there was 10 glasses, but it was sort of when he gave
in the middle.
it was sort of when she handed it to him, it was the most ornate looking one.
Thomas, is it possible there could be something magical about that goblet, or something that may have been on there that may have caused him to pick it, or others to avoid it?
Am I not unconscious or dead or something?
No, you're drunk, but you're not.
Right, no, that's right. I remember because I know I catastrophically failed the Constitution check. I just assumed I was unconscious.
No, you're drunk. You're just you and Val are just a bit tipsy, or very tipsy. But yeah, Val's a lot more tipsy.
Is this where we suggest to Val that it's a really good idea to use that burn toxins thing on Thomas?
So,
black ink.
Tharaval then approaches the bar, assuming there's only 3 people serving the bar. Who of you served the drinks that were put on this tray given to this girl?
It's so there. You got like 3. You got the main bar. Keep, and you've got sort of 2 of the sort of kind of bar people, and he's like, I poured the drinks, I placed them out, and I put them on the table for the serving wenches to pass out to the people. That's it.
Where on the bar did you place this tray and place these drinks?
I don't know. You just sort of place them at different places. You sort of, you generally put them at the front. He sort of kind of points to sort of here and here and here.
So while Tharaval's interrogating the barman, I wander back to the table and I pick up a couple of the other glasses, and in addition to the goblet or the glass that he was using, and walk back to the bar, and I line them all up with it noticeably in the middle and very different to the others, and ask, why do you have such an ornate glass that's different to all of the others? It seems unusual that in a place like this you would have unmatching glasses. Maybe in a cheaper tavern.
The glass there's no difference in the glasses. When you put it down, there's no difference in the glasses.
Interesting.
Okay, so I'm just going to roll insight on the barman as to if he's basically telling us the whole truth or if he's holding anything back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, balls.
Yeah, you're not sure.
I call Daisy over and ask her which of these was the glasses that she gave to the Lord that he took at the end.
Daisy sort of looks at them. She says, "Oh, it's not one of these. It had this," and she sort of kind of describes a bit more about the glass, a bit more sort of kind of fancy looking. Oh, it was one of those fancy goblets. It was very odd that it was there, but it's not one of these.
Interesting, because...
Could I go over to the cups and cast Detect Poison? I don't know if that would work, but...
Well, there should still be traces on there.
Yeah.
so you
Shouldn't they?
attack poison, and you sort of the one of the ones, sorry, the one in the middle. You
Yeah.
can taste that you can detect that there is sort of that poison is still in that glass.
So I
Can he
lift it up.
detect that there's poison possibly spilt on anywhere else other than in the glass?
It's 30 feet.
Like on clothing or on the bar or anything like that within the region that he's in?
I've got a 30 feet radius.
Okay, give me where's 30 feet going to take you? Where you
Or the
stand,
bar.
pretty much.
Almost the whole
Pretty
place, yeah.
It's in.
Roughly 1 minute. I'm gonna think about this now. So what is the tech? What to say? For the duration, you can sense the presence and location of poisons, poisonous creatures, and diseases within 30 feet of you. You're also identify kind of poison, poisonous creature. Right? Okay, so you can literally it's just poison and stuff. Okay. There's a mage or a sort of kind of wizard looking chap sitting in the middle of the bar in front of one of the where
Spots.
the spots are, and there's definitely a whiff of poison coming from his direction.
Same kind of poison?
Yeah, you're pretty sure it's the same poison. Damn you and your detect poisons. I was going to have you on a merry chase.
Yes!
I was going to have you on a merry chase out there. Obviously not. So yes, all right, fine. Ruining my fun.
Broke the GM again.
Yes!
Motherfuckers.
Well done,
All
Val.
Okay, so yeah, okay,
Nice,
so
Val.
yeah, the yeah, so it's coming from his direction.
You, wizard, stand over there, and I point towards the stage.
Nanook.
Okay, so right, so
Chance.
right, so but he's just like he's like I don't know what excuse me. I am the formal ambassador from the dragon towers. How dare you? How dare you so insinuate I would do such a thing? Now stand back.
Leader.
To be fair, sir, we didn't insinuate you'd done anything. We just asked you to stand by the stage. Now, if you have a guilty conscience, that's a very different thing. But if you're not guilty, you won't object to us if we maybe had a quick check to see if there was anything on you that just happened to contain the same substance that just killed a nobleman?
He starts sort of looking around himself and looking a bit sort of actually give me a perception check. Give me a perception check.
One of us.
Yeah, you can all give me a perception check.
I'm still drunk.
Thomas.
That's going to wax him nicely.
Okay. Thomas is
Hammered.
absolutely smashed, and he sees a what does he see? You got Ogma's being there. Ogma's balance, don't you, and stuff. So you start talking to the Ogma's balance. You start hearing those voices in your head and stuff. And you're sort of kind of,
Best friend.
start having this full conversation with the Ogma's balance and ignore everything around you.
I should absolutely be able to RP this from experience.
Yeah. Draken and Tharaval, you notice that he seems to be sort of kind of looking he's sort of kind of looking at a figure in the southern part of the room. He's looking sort of kind of to the southern part of the room. He's sort of kind of looking around, but he had this glance over to the south of the room.
We see which figure it was. He was.
Well, no, you're just sort of kind of. He's looking. Would you? Because you're not going to see a direction. You're going to see him kind of looking at down south.
But with I got a 20. I got not 20.
Yeah, but it doesn't. If I was to sort of kind of look at a group of people in a room, would you know who I was looking at?
Oh, not 20, you might.
No, it doesn't matter if you're the most insightful man in the world. You're going to know.
Inspiration.
Inspiration is a reroll. You get a reroll.
Okay.
That's it. Just because you get
don't reroll a nat 20.
basically that a nat 20 is you get the highest. You get if there's anything else the high. It's but as it is, you can see it's coming in that direction, from the south of the room.
Just the south or southeast or southwest?
I'd say southeast.
Okay.
Do you reckon that's going through the crowd and see if any act suspicious, or how are they reacting to the wizard being interrogated?
Okay. What is everybody else doing? He sort of kind of he's sort of blustering and being a bit sort of sheepish.
I just take him by the upper arm and squeeze gently and say, "I would appreciate silence right now."
Actually, I'd like to ask him if anyone could have got possession of the poison while we were on the voyage over.
You ask him?
Yeah.
Poison he won't admit to having.
Well, I know he's got it, so
yeah,
he
but
doesn't have to admit.
So you're basically saying you're asking. So what are you asking him?
I'm asking him if anyone could have got possession of the poison while we were on the voyage over, like anyone else. Yeah, from him.
Well, if he's eyeing at somebody, he obviously knows somebody's taking it.
Exactly. That's what I'm asking.
I think he wants him to dob in someone specific.
Yeah.
Before Draken just thumps everybody.
Birth one
It's an option.
Spinning axe kick.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say it's the guy standing right in the corner with the mask over his face.
That's too obvious.
Or is it? Or is it?
Is it a triple bluff?
Okay, so you're asking him. Was he given the poison?
No.
Did
anyone? Yeah, go on.
Has someone else been able to take some of the poison from him on the way over? Did he maybe barter it with someone, or did he carry it for somebody else, or was any stolen from him?
Yeah.
He sort of insists he doesn't know what you're talking about. He doesn't know what you're talking about.
I squeeze his arm gently.
Roll me intimidation.
Who, me or no?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm squeezing.
He is a magic user, though he's not sort of he's not the highest of levels. But he's as you sort of squeeze his arm, he sort of kind of his eyes glow slightly, and he starts to get angry. He says, "Get your hands off me!"
I cast silence centered on him.
Okay. What does silence do?
1 sec, and you will find out.
For the duration, no sound can be created within or pass through a 20 feet radius sphere, entering on a point you choose within range. Any creature on that object entirely inside the sphere immune to thunder damage and creation. Creatures are deafened while entering inside. So you can't hear him, and he can't hear you.
And he can't cast a spell that includes a verbal component.
Anything within 20 feet of him?
Yeah, anything within 20 feet of him can't talk and can't hear, basically. And I'm holding onto his arm.
Okay. Right, okay.
I'm just taking a little precaution after our previous encounter with screamers and such like.
Yeah.
And
Well, if we drag him over to the bar, I mean, the bloody stage, he should be out of that radius to...
well, no, he's centered on him, so in theory, he's the bubble.
I roll perception on that sort of south side of the room to see if there's anybody acting funny.
Yep, you can't.
Other than Draken.
Yeah, well, you've got a guy in the corner with a mask and a hood, looking sort of, but he doesn't seem that he's just sort of standing there watching, which is odd in itself because he's not really sort of doesn't seem too sort of kind of bothered, too bothered about it all. You also notice one of the Norse-looking chaps at the table to the south, sort of with his head down, sort of ignoring, trying to act inconspicuous, but being a bit too inconspicuous.
Tharavel calls the Draken and points to the Norseman.
Draken looks at him and, okay, do you want me to back him?
Check him.
I'll get him. Draken wanders over. I assume it's that one I'm next to.
Sharon Queen. Chips Raid. Hey all. What's up? So what are you saying to him?
We want a vert.
You want the vert? He says something in sort of Os. He's sort of his sort of Nordic sort of language, which you don't understand.
Speak common.
He says something a lot more vigorously in his language.
Come with me. And I just grab him.
Okay. You're just grabbing him. Roll me. Yep. Breath me 1 minute. Okay. Roll me a. Roll me a dexterity. Yeah, okay, you grab him. You grab him. As he does, he roll me a perception as well.
Draken or any of us?
Well, you can all roll if you want, but Draken particularly. Yeah. You notice as he does, he pulls out his sword. To swing at you. Birth 1 minute.
And Tharavel make a reaction.
What was your perception? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you see him pulling a sword, and Draken, you also see him sort of pulling his sword as well.
Can Draken make a reaction?
It's just going to be straight initiative, I think, because you've noticed that.
Can just basically react to him pulling the sword, because he's pulling a sword, which is going to be an action.
Yeah, but
during the action. Okay.
Yeah.
And within engagement range.
Draken's got hold of him, so basically Draken's essentially got a free action whilst he's drawing his sword.
Yeah, go on then. So you can have a free action. Yeah.
Draken's going to pile drive him into the fire.
Pile drive him into the fire?
So you're going to launch him across the table?
So no interrogation. You're just
No
going to.
interrogation. Just let him burn.
Right.
Yeah, he'll probably hit the fireplace from there.
He's quite far from the fireplace, like so.
Yeah, he's more likely to hit the side of the fireplace and get out cold or something. To be fair.
Okay, then basically pick him up and just pile drive him into the table.
All right. Okay. So roll me strength then.
Okay. Then Jack can get angry about because someone drawn a sword.
Well, no.
Yeah, Jack's gonna get angry.
Wait, whoa. I love the way that Draken just suddenly is able to, just do stuff like whenever the fuck he wants and stuff. Like, so
It's like the Hulk. He's always angry.
Yeah, so it's like, you're not, rage would take another action. You've basically just reacted to it.
No,
so
a rage take is counted as a bonus action.
Okay, well, no, because your bonus action is the reaction, so you can't sort of do all,
Okay, then.
So you're just doing it normally.
Okay.
The next turn, you can have your reaction and get angry or whatever.
Okay.
If he gets back up after that, will probably make you
That's
angry.
fine. So you grab him, it's fine. You grab him and you smash him down into the table. He sort of kind of is slightly stunned. Actually, bear with me a moment. I should probably do a counter strength check on that, or sort of just give up and roll over.
So is he going to stop pulling a sword if he wants to do that?
Yeah. So it's fine. So you grab him and you smash him down on the table. And he's grappled on the table. He's hurt enough not to have his sword out now.
Okay, right. Okay, Draken now picks. Can Draken grab his sword out and pull it away from him? Disarm him.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Okay, Draken.
Combat? What combat?
So no combat. You disarmed him, and you've got him sort of kind of grappled down. As he does that, some of his retainers stand up to basically help him out. So some of these sort of very beardy looking Norse chaps sort of kind of stand up to do that. As he does, the cloaked figure in the corner trips one of them up and points his blade at his neck and sort of just shakes his head. And I'm assuming Tharval sort of kind of sees the other one and sort of kind of takes aim at him.
Yep, we'll do that. I was going to use steady aim at some point, but...
So they sort of kind of put their hands up and sort of stop. So yeah, so you've got the mage sort of blustering and looking slightly angry in the center with Lance holding on to him. You have this Norse chap sort of cursing at Draken in sort of in oaths, and and some of his one of his retinue on the ground, and the other one sort of kind of with his sort of hands up in the air.
Tharval shouts to Draken, "You're the helmet, Draken. I've got you covered. You've still got the helmet, don't you?"
Yeah.
The
helm of
comprehension
language. I'm not sure who's got it, to be honest.
You can comprehend the language, but you can't speak the language.
But at least if you know what he's saying, that's a good start. And I think you're the last one to hold it. You've never given it back to Thomas.
Okay,
So...
fair enough. Draken puts up. Draken grabs the horseman and drags him to the center of the room near the wizard.
Okay. So you trail him up over back to with the rest of the room. The Lady Taunt sort of sees that and sort of nods over to the guys who sort of his bannermen and gets her soldiers to sort of kind of disarm them. So she disarms them, and they go back to their sort of kind of their place at the sort of kind of at the doors.
Yeah, and Jack, whilst the horseman is suitably covered by Fireball, Draken puts on the helm of comprehend languages and Repeat yourself. We want a word.
You hear nothing because you're in a dome of silence.
Oh, crap. Okay, leave a dome of silence, and with the horseman.
Do you need to move out of that area, or you're because there's basically it's also because he's cast with it 20 feet of it and stuff.
No, 20 foot from the 20
center.
feet from the center, which is the mage.
Yeah.
Ends.
He's moved inside it though.
Yeah. Ends exactly where he is. So you'd need to drag him south a little bit.
Yeah, drag him south center. Right. We will have a word.
Okay. So he, the language, the oath starts to, he's basically swearing at you in, some very flamboyant and imaginative swear words in his language. He's just swearing at you at this moment in time. There's nothing other than sort of...
Okay, Dragon just punches him.
Yeah, okay. So he sort of kind of does that thing. He sort of wipes it away and spits blood on the ground.
Okay.
Nothing major.
Until he starts talking properly, he's just going to keep punching him. You can use the punch back until he starts talking properly and politely.
Okay, as I'm trying to think. Okay. Bear with me 1 minute. I just need to check something here. No, that's not what we want.
I'll be right back.
This is the thing I think one we want. No, that's not what we want. Okay, I'm not really going to do that. I'm just going to the wizard or sort of the mage. He's sort of mouthing something, but obviously you can't hear it. And he sort of kind of he mouths and he's sort of kind of pointing at the guy on the table that Draken's got.
As the man stops swearing?
He's sort of laughing now, but he's not sort of saying anything. You've not asked him any,
Okay then, speak. And tell us what we want to know. We will talk to you. And, once he stops swearing and actually starts cooperating, Draken will stop punching him.
Roll me an intimidation.
Okay, but advantage?
For what? Having slammed him against the scenery?
But I think we've had one where he sort of... What was the... Because I'm just trying to think. Have you failed one already? Intimidate...
ages ago.
You grabbed him...
No, not against him. I don't think he's...
Okay, yeah, all right. Okay, so you've hit him. Yeah, okay, you can have advantage on that.
Okay.
He sort of stops swearing. What is it you're saying to him?
Right. What do you know about this poison?
He starts speaking in Oos, but translated through the helmet says he says, I will tell you nothing. I will tell you nothing, my friend. This is none of your business.
Okay, punch him again.
He spits more blood in the ground. Roll me another intimidation.
Advantage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sort of laughs at you, and he says, it's no wonder my people were able to raid and kill yours. You are weak. You are weak.
Right, Dragon's going to start bouncing his head off the table for a bit.
Bear with me 1 minute. I need to see if he can sort of extricate himself from your grip.
No.
No. Well, roll a strength check. Roll a counter strength test. If you get anything under a 4. No. Yeah. He tries to struggle. He's like Houdini. He tries to get out. But yeah, so you smash his head off the table again.
Yeah.
And you knock him out.
Okay, wake him up a bit. A bit of water over the head. Wake him up a bit.
Okay, as you wake him up. Lady Taunt comes over and says, sort of taps you on the shoulder and says, Master Dragonborn, I speak Us, and you braining this man will do us no good. Let me speak to him.
Sheevish.
So she goes over to him and she sort of kind of kneels down and starts speaking to him in Us. She basically says, asks him, starts asking him why he's actually no, because we've looked at him. We don't know anything. Actually, I just thought about this. Other than the fact that he's sort of, you've come over to him, he's looked sheepish. You've grabbed him, and then you started beating the shit out of him.
"I will tell you nothing. It's none of your business."
Yeah, he basically said this is, and that he said it was easy to kill your people.
Yeah. So he's she's like, she basically says, do you know this the delegate from the Dragon Towers, and he's just he sort of kind of looks at Draken and then looks at her and he sort of kind of nods his head, and she says, and what is it you why is it you know him? And he says, he is. I have provided him with the poison.
Awkward.
So I have provided him with the poison that killed that fat pig man over there. Says it is, and he basically says, it was all trade. I had no idea he was going to kill him. I just sold him some of my personal stash. That's it.
Well, I'm still sitting in silence, so I haven't heard any of this.
Yeah, same.
We'll say the thingy silence bubble's gone now because
it was only good for 10 minutes anyway. So yeah.
So we'll say it's gone now. So it makes things slightly easier. So yeah, he's basically admitted to selling poison to the wizard.
I'm going to turn to the wizard and just how should we put this? Lean closer and say, so about that poison you didn't know anything about. Are you feeling talkative now?
I can smiles at him. He can be.
That's a good point. If you don't want to talk to me, you can talk to him.
Bear with me 1 minute.
If in doubt, hit him over the head with the Dragonborn. Isn't this the bit where you're supposed to sit there and start testing the edge on your axe with a thumb?
Bear with me 1 minute.
I'm just considering that the bar looks quite sturdy. Could do a good test, I think. Because in maintenance.
Oh, fucking lost the thing. Where is it? Where the fuck is it?
Guys, we don't have to break the DM. He breaks himself.
Okay. No, that's not it. Okay. No, I'm not gonna do that. It's just gonna escalate. I'm not gonna bother with that because it's just gonna go too far. I'm not gonna bother with it.
When have you known me to escalate?
Yeah, I just know things are gonna go out of hand, and I'm gonna have to really start thinking on my feet then, and I'm not sure if I want to. So I'm gonna do it. Okay, so he is suitably sort of kind of well, no. So he gets sort of angry. You can see that in his eyes. His eyes are starting to sort of kind of glow slightly, and he's getting a bit more agitated around you, and is there anything you're saying to him, wanting to say to him, do before I do what I'm going to do?
How we remove his eyes?
Say it again? Remove his eyes?
If his eyes are starting to look, how we just remove them?
So I just simply say, I've only asking you one question. If you didn't do it, then who did? Because right now, you're the guy who bought the poison. And I'm really sorry, but I don't know what you're about to do. But whatever happens, at least one of us is going to be in a position to do something very painful to you. If you're really lucky, it will be him, because it will be quick. If you're unlucky, then my colleague, the other ranger over there, will put pins and needles into you. Or possibly you'll sober up my friend over there, he'll drop a fireball on you. Or,
roll me
if you're really unlucky,
you can have an advantage on it. Yeah, okay, good, okay. I kind of wanted to, because I didn't want them to feel it. I was just like, because I'm going to have to do it. And I was like, and I can just tell, I just thought about it. I was just like, no, that's going to go too far. And it's just going to make things worse. Okay, so he, as you sort of kind of grab a hold of him tighter and you intimidate him, his eyes sort of flickered down a bit. He sort of then starts to sob. And say, I had to do it. They were going to take my tower away from me. I had to do it.
Who was going to take your tower away from you?
He
Shall we call it, and it gives you time to next week to think about it?
Yeah, that'll probably
end on a cliffhanger, shall we?
Yeah. So that gives me a bit more time to sort of think of.
Tune in next week.
I had the sort of a thing I was going to do, but then I was like, no, because it's going to escalate it massively, and then it'll just sort of. But yeah, that gives me a bit of time to think. Yeah, okay, fine. So you're shitheads for doing that, because I was for detecting the poison and stuff, because I was going to go round. Each person.
Oh God.
Okay.
We always do this to you anyway. You should know this by now.
That's okay. That's cool. That's fine.
Okay. I thought we were doing well, and a logical thinking of going, okay, right, it's gone from you to you, it's gone from you to you, and then Val was just like, oh yeah, detect poison, and I was like, Hey, that's actually really, really fucking handy.
Yeah, it's like,
fair,
Why didn't we
bugger.
start with that?
And then, of course, even if he'd wiggled on that one, I was going through the magic thing because suddenly the really ornate goblet wasn't really ornate.
Okay, so yeah, we'll leave it there. It gives me a bit of time to sort of kind of think about the next part, and other things.
And remember where he wrote it down.
Yeah, well, we can do that. We could. We'll not do it in down.
No, it's
Going
probably
time.
not fair on the listeners, really, is it?
Yeah, leave it. Okay, right. Okay, right. Yeah, it gives me a bit of time to sort of kind of think up the next part and stuff. I was going to have him fucking turn into a demon and start laying waste to the thing, and then I was just like, no, because it's just gonna that's gonna be another building on fire, and and shit's just gonna go down. So I pulled myself back from the precipice. I had a really nice demon ready as well. I couldn't fucking find it, but yeah, I'll leave it there. Okay, so yeah, all right. Anything else? Yeah, okay. So there's not going to be any downtime stuff. Then we'll just leave it. That gives me time to sort of think about what's
Actually,
happening.
gives you 2 weeks because Pete's not.
Oh yeah, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Pete's not there next week. All right, yeah, fine. That's fine. That gives me plenty of time to sort of kind of figure it out. Though I'm annoyed now because I was panicking the other day. I was like, oh shit, I need to sort of kind of, because I knew you were going to start interrogating people. I was like, oh, I'll do this murder mystery thing in the sort of in the tavern and stuff, and I'll do this, and this, and then obviously that got scuppered with a I can detect poison. I can detect poison wherever I want because I'm fucking cool.
I can cure poison too.
Yeah.
Unless you kill the guy too quickly.
I didn't kill him.
No, unless Matt kills the guy too quickly.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think this is a win. We haven't actually killed anybody.
You haven't
Yeah.
actually killed anybody yet. Yeah, yeah.
That's like, you know.
Is
Give me
there
5
like?
seconds. Hang on.
I've been
Give me 5
thinking about
seconds.
this for a while. Can you get like enchanted shackles that nullify magic?
Potentially, yeah. I don't see why not. It is homebrew after all, so if there's not, you could probably make some if you wanted to.
Yeah, I was gonna see about it next time we're like back in the city.
We know an artificer.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, true.
And you've got get a lot of stuff you could do at Camberford
And a
that
magician, yeah.
we were meant to be back at a couple of weeks
We
ago. I
can get
think.
back to Camberford, which is now going to be put back by over a fortnight.
Yeah.
But Draken's happy because he got to slam a Norse guy into a table a couple of times and beat him up. So
it's all very reminiscent of the first time you were in the first bar fight you had in Falcross so many moons ago. Okay, so yeah, okay, well we'll leave it there then. So you've basically got the Us sort of kind of guy saying that he sold the poison to the wizard. The wizard basically got slightly angry, then realized that he thought better of it and calmed down, is sort of crying, told you that he was forced to do it or he'd lose his dragon tower, and then we can leave it there, and then I can think of a slightly more elaborate sort of thing for that to sort of go from there. Cool. Right. Okay. So, cheers everybody for watching. Thanks to Shroom Queen and to Mr. DChips for watching as well. Much appreciated. Thanks for the raid. And thanks to everybody else if you're watching this afterwards. Much appreciated. For me, I've been Matt Geary. With me has been Michael as Tharaval.
Hi guys.
Wes as Valshil Nostius.
Night, everyone.
Dave as Thomas Moonstar.
Anyone for some unpoisoned wine?
Marcus Lance.
Goodbye, everyone.
And Pete as Draken.
Good night, everyone, and take care of each other.
Night all. Bye.
Bye.